Hello and welcome to another issue of Peteman Reviews. This time we have Transformers Generation 1 Ravage. Now, this is the commemorative version of Ravage, so it should come as it did with the originals. I never owned the originals, so I have to assume that's claimed right. As ever with direct descendants of the originals, particularly of the cassette, you get kibble. In particular, these are the guns, which we'll use as transform mode in a moment. So, even though this is the reissue, it still comes with a nice masterpiece style box for you to keep your cassette in. This one even goes so far as to have a little picture. I believe this was of a Mega Man or a Diaclone image. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe it was on the original as well. From this side, the cassette looks quite good. Obviously, clear signs of robot on there. Other side, it's actually not too bad. Again, you can imagine that line there, and it doesn't look as obvious as a robot that's been made to turn into a set. So, transforming Ravage. First of all, you have to take his tail, which goes round like that. This reveals the head, which comes out. The mouth is non-articulated, so you just have to use your imagination for that. That's essentially it. I mean, Ravage does have legs, obviously, which are folded up there and then again there, as you can see. Now comes the tricky bit, which is actually balancing your Ravage. I won't do that just yet. So you need to make all his feet go out, because before that we need to attach the aforementioned kibble. So, as you can see, the gun mode, you've got the telescopic part like that, which I think always looks better this way round. I assume that's correct. It certainly looks quite correct. And then we do the same on this side as well. And so there you have it. Generation 1 Ravage. Now, I will try and stand him up. He's not the easiest in the world, so you might have to bear with me a bit on this one. Oh, there we are. Actually, first time. That's pretty good. And so there we are. So if we zoom in on him, Ravage is an incredibly thin transformer, obviously from his cassette. All the cassettes are incredibly thin, but it's really noticeable with Ravage. I guess whereas a guy like Ratbat here, because everything flips down, it makes him look a lot chunkier and a lot wider. He is, there we are, a lot wider. He is in reality not that much wider than Ravage is, but because Ravage looks such an odd shape, looks very slim in his Jaguar mode, it is a little bit disconcerting. I'll try and move him around like this. Typically he's going to overbalance now. Yeah, I think we all saw that one coming. There we are. Try and move around that, and it's a much more convincing effect. He really is best viewed side on like this, as otherwise it is a little bit disconcerting. If we zoom in on him, we lose focus. So let's try that again. As you can see, the sculpting is pretty good. Bearing in mind this was an original Generation 1 guy, it's pretty good sculpting. I've zoomed out just so we can put him next to his master Soundwave. Obviously, Ravage is made to fit inside Soundwave, and as such the scaling is pretty good. Ravage is perhaps one of the best known cassettes, together with Laserbeak. He was certainly used the most both in the cartoons and in the comics. Though interestingly, in the comics, Ravage has a much bigger personality, probably the most personality of all the cassettes. He's shown as the master of stealth, and certainly with someone as thin as the cassette on there, that certainly bends quite well towards stealth. But he's also shown as being a spy who weighs up his loyalties. He never actually betrays the Decepticons or betrays Megatron, but he's always thinking, what's in it for me? What's the best thing I can do to make sure that this situation comes out for my advantage? Very like Soundwave in that matter. In the cartoons, because Ravage doesn't speak, that is lost quite considerably. However, Ravage does get quite a lot of screen time, and together with Laserbeak is probably the best known of the cassettes. As we can see, we'll just zoom back in again there, and take Soundwave out of the way. It is a very good looking cassette and a very good looking toy. It could do with being a little bit more stable, which I know they tried to fix in the Masterpiece version, but certainly for a Generation 1 toy, and particularly one of the very first ones that came out, that's a really good model for that. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Please leave any comments and any links, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you, goodbye.